To save changes in command line mode, you can use the write command or you can use the shortcut :W. This command provides a lot of features. First, let's see about the :W command. Let me make a small change. You will see the plus symbol appearing next to the file name. So this indicates there are unsaved changes. I can use the :W command in such cases to write back all the changes I have made. You will see the notification in the command line area and the plus symbol is no longer present next to the file name. You can also provide a file name while using this command. This is helpful mainly for two use cases. First, when you open a new file without providing a file name, you get an empty buffer. So in such cases, you can provide the file name while saving it. Or if you want to duplicate the contents of a particular file and save it to another file. Let us see an example. I'm going to open an empty buffer and write some lines. So once I have made all the changes, I can provide the file name while saving it. So a new file has been created. If I provide some other name, a copy of this file will be created using that name. Let us check. So you can see a duplicate has been made. Next, let us see how to append the contents to another file. If the file does not exist, you will have to add an exclamation mark to the command. Let us see an example. So by adding this redirection, the contents of this file will be appended to this existing file. And let us see if that has happened. So you can see this content has been added to the end of this file. If you have changed multiple buffers, then you can save all the changes in one shot using WA, which is short for W all. So let me make some changes. And now let me use WA. So all these unsaved changes in different buffers should be saved in one shot. So you can see all these files have been saved. Appending exclamation forces Vim to override errors. So one of them we have already seen. W exclamation while redirecting the contents to append will create a new file if it does not exist. So similarly, there are other use cases. For example, if you have edited a read-only file, just using :W will result in an error. Instead, if you use :W exclamation, you will be able to save the changes provided you have appropriate permissions. Another use case is while using :W and a file name, and if that file already exists, you will get an error. Again, using W exclamation will override this particular error. So let us see some examples. I'm going to open a read-only file. So you can also see read-only mentioned in the command line area, and even just trying to go to the insert mode will give you a warning. And now let me try to save the changes. So you can see the error is shown, and you also get an option to override it. So let us use :W and exclamation. So now the changes are saved. So this is possible only because I have appropriate permissions. Next, let me try to save the contents of this file to an already existing file. Again, you will get an error which you will be able to override if you use the exclamation :W and exclamation followed by the file name. So now the errors have been overwritten, and let us check the contents. So you are able to successfully override the contents of an existing file. Another point to notice, by default, entire file content is used to save with all these commands that we have seen. You can use a range to save only particular lines. So that will be covered in a future lesson.